watching.
Yeah, I always do that. Don't mention it. Way too soon.
Oh, hi, hello audience. What's up? Hey Ty.
Hello.
So this is Zach. This is Ty, and they what do you guys do?
Parkour.
They do parkour. Yeah, so we're just gonna make a little video showing them off, showing off their talents, and yeah, we'll talk a bit more about that. Okay, so we just spent a couple hours having a lot of fun at Flying Squirreled, hashtag not sponsored. I just find it really inspiring how these guys have gotten so good at parkour and, you know, tricking and jumping and whatever you want to call it. Yeah, how did you guys start that off?
Well, we started off at nothing, like no skill level. I started off on my grandpa's trampoline. Like, I watched a few videos and then I was like, hey, you know, this is pretty cool, we should try this. And so it was me and my cousin, and we were just doing flips, and just the simplest flip, like the front flip.
But I know you didn't take any lessons right away, right? You just kind of learned with videos or something?
Yeah, for YouTube. At first I didn't even search up tutorials or anything, but once I got to the point where I just kept on failing and failing and failing, I had to find help somewhere, and no one else knew parkour.
Could it be like easy to get discouraged, I guess, if you keep falling and like
if you
failing?
fall and hurt yourself even once really bad, like it can be very hard to get back up.
Okay, have you felt the same thing? Like there's like one trick you're trying to get down, but like you fail? Yeah.
I've tried so many times, but this fear of backflip just kept putting me down. I just stopped for a whole year and a half, and then I tried again, nothing. I finally found this video of teaching how to do the backflip fear, and I did it. I spent like 8 hours a day trying to keep failing, but I was getting closer in small steps. So I found this way where you just, it takes you small baby steps, like you would put your hand behind and you would flip not backwards but sideways. Then you slowly progress into it, and that made the whole difference.
Okay, that's really interesting though, what you said about like the fear where that can get to you like and stop you from progressing, I guess, because you're afraid of falling, you're afraid of hurting yourself. I guess overcoming that.
You can't see the progress you're making when you're doing it. You just see failure, right? And that's what really brings you down. You're like, oh, I failed, but really, you learned something from there. You learned that that's not the right way to do it. Because if you keep on trying and never give up, there is no such thing as failure. Because you can't fail if you never give up.
If you don't give up.
And the thing is, you don't know when you're gonna succeed, but if you never give up, you'll eventually get to that point of success.
I mean, it's just like that when you think of like trying to be saints, right? In our spiritual life, you know, when we're trying to pray, we're trying to be better, you know, better men every day. You know, there's that fear of failure where you feel like, I know for myself, I tried to like hold that standard so high of like, oh, I have to be perfect, I have to be a saint, I have to love everyone, I have to be like perfectly patient with everyone and just be like the perfect guy. But then that fear comes in of like, I'm not good enough and like I'm gonna fail, and then like, you know, my sister will annoy me or something and I'll be impatient, and then like, and then so I fail, and then that's discouraging, right? Because then I feel like I can't keep going because I already failed once. I don't know, what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I agree. It's something that you kind of got to work on. Like, it's hard because like you face it, you're just trying to be a better person. Every day it'll bring on a new struggle, but you got to, like you said in the flips, just keep trying. Like every day of failure, that's something you can work on. That's something new.
And I think like even what you said, Zach, of like you can't see the progress that you're making. I feel like that's so true in spiritual life too, when you're trying to make yourself a better person and you're trying to, you know, take those baby steps, because you can't expect yourself to just be like a saint from one day to the next. So you gotta just like take those baby steps, you know, start praying, you know, 5 minutes a day every day, and then increase that from 5 minutes to 10 minutes every day, and then next week, you know, 15 minutes every day, and then just go up from there. You can't just expect to all of a sudden be able to, you know, go to adoration and maybe do a full holy hour. Maybe you can, and if you have that grace, that's awesome. And sometimes you can't really see that progress that you're making as a person in your prayer life. You can't feel it, you can't see it, and so it's hard, but you're not gonna fail if you don't give up, right?
Yeah.
Then it's not failing because you're still trying.
You're forcing it to come. It's gonna arrive no matter what.
Yeah. So just remember, guys, and on your path to trying to become a saint and trying to get to heaven, don't get discouraged, don't give up. If you fail, it's not a failure if you don't give up and you keep trying. And like you said, Ty, it's a struggle of every day, getting up every day and just saying, no, I'm gonna be a better person this day. And even though, you know, I've been stumbling, I've been failing, it's not a failure if I don't give up and I keep trying. And eventually those baby steps will get me there. Eventually, but I just gotta keep at it, you know, like with parkour, you know, I'm not gonna be doing a corkscrew on the day one, but if I start baby steps, you guys think I could learn a corkscrew eventually?
For sure.
Yeah?
I saw those kicks.
So, so, yeah, just remember, guys, take those baby steps and trust in Jesus and take it day by day and don't give up. If you don't give up, you're not gonna fail, and you will be a saint one day. Thanks so much, Ty and Zach, for joining me on this day. This was super fun, new experience for me. And yeah, subscribe to Zach. Or not subscribe, you don't subscribe on Instagram. Follow Zach on Instagram. He's got some really cool content. So if you want to see if you want to see cool parkour stuff on his Instagram, it's right here. Yeah, okay, bye guys. Subscribe to our channel, guys. Subscribe to our channel. Subscribe. I give up. If I make this in, you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel.